Justificar a un dictador debe ser cosa del Hall of Fame, como Kanye West con Donald Trump o Daddy Yankee apoyando a McCain. Cuando suena mi despertador, ni siquiera suele ser las 6. Si el mundo depende de vosotros, por favor no me... Cuando suena mi despertador, ni siquiera suele ser las 6.
So when my alarm bell goes off, it's not even 6 o'clock. I think this is he referring to his life as a handyman, construction worker, as a blue collar worker. He has to get up early.
Si el mundo depende de vosotros, por favor no me salvéis.
Bars again. If the world depends on you, please do not save me. So by there he's talking about Kanye West, he's talking about Daddy Yankee, and then he also talking about Residente without saying him directly. But he's mentioning the part that he supports a dictator. And a little bit of background with this, it has to do with the God, I already got 21 minutes on this thing. This is going to be a long video, and I am going to upload it. I'm going to upload it. Here I go. Okay, so anyhow, yeah, that must be because this guy, he's a blue collar worker like I am too. We're all blue collar workers. Most of the world is, and these people. So he's saying that because Residente is always political and trying to help out, which he does. Gotta give credit where credit is due.
Pero sé que es fuerte decir que la rima consonante y como tú la desarrollas es más fácil de lo que parece. Si la...
Okay, so he's saying, yeah, saying that the consonant rhyme is easier, and the way that you develop those sentences, those rhyme, those bars, you make it much easier.
La excusa que usas es que tenga un sentido constante. No es bueno meter de relleno frases de niños de...
Okay, so if your excuse is to that it has to also make sense, that it has to constantly make sense, that you can rhyme, but when you rhyme, you make sense, and he does it, and talking about Residente with a multi-syllable, then yes, it should be easier, but it is an insult when you throw in what is the grade middle school language, middle school vocabulary, because he's saying 13 years old. So words that phrases that using phrases of 13-year-old kids, that's middle school.
de 13. No soy un oportunista que se quiera medir, tampoco un reggaetonero que no sabe escribir.
See that bars. This guy writes bars, man, all the time. So I'm not an opportunist who's trying to measure up with you, to get some fame, to get the name. And I'm not either a rapper or a reggaetonero, not a rapper. Take that back. A rapper who doesn't know how to rap, who doesn't know how to write.
Tengo que admitir que nunca fui tu fan, pero admite tú también que tú tampoco del can.
Okay, so this guy, and there's been an issue with him. So he wrote this after he posted, and did he write the three songs after that? Wow. Anyhow, the point is that I'm going off, like I always do. But this guy did mention on Instagram, on Rene's Instagram, that when Rene did the video with Nach, where he's wearing Cancerbero. Cancerbero is a Venezuelan rapper, was a Venezuelan rapper, and considered one of the best. He committed suicide. So when that guy died, to honor him, Residente went ahead and wore his T-shirt. Okay, and this guy Gransan got very upset, and say, and he said a bad word to him, call him a name, and said, you were never his fan, you never mentioned him. So now he's saying that I admit that I'm not your fan, but you got to admit that you were never Khan. And he cut it short so it could rhyme, so it could be a bar, right? But the name is Cancerbero.
No soy cínico, respeto tu evolución musical, pero no eres el genio que tú crees ser en la rima, dejando constantemente el verbo para el final, aunque entiendo que estar en la cima influye en tu...
Okay, so you know, he's telling here him, you're not the genius that you think that you are. Always leaving the verb at the end to rhyme, because it's easier to rhyme with verbs at the end of the sentence. You know, he said, I respect. I mean, this guy, and yes, you could do it. It makes it easier, of course. Rhyming with the verbs is much easier at the end because of the endings that they have, conjugations, and then the infinitive also much easier to rhyme. And remember, in the ones that I made, he only did it with one word. With one word, he rhymed with the same ending. With this, not one word. I'm sorry, with the same ending all the time. This guy did, to show him how easy it is to rhyme with the to rhyme with consonants, multisyllable.
Estima, ¿no te sentiste mal por usar pasta de Adidas para pagar tu vídeo porque era una empresa alemana? Pero no sabes que sus fundadores eran nazis que quitaron vidas fabricando ropa, bombas y lanzallamas. Alguien
Okay, so he's saying here, you didn't feel bad because you spent the money that you got. Pasta is money, that you earn with Adidas, but you're not but you didn't know, or you don't know, you're not ashamed that they were Nazi supporters, and that they made money for the Nazi cause by selling clothes and shirts.
que usa el pretérito imperfecto de subjuntivo cuando debería usar el condicional.
Okay, so this is the grammar right here that I'm talking about. So the subjunctive, the imperfect past. Now we don't have it in English. We have the past continuous. That's the subjunctive. That's the past imperfect in Spanish. Um, and he's saying here uh, that you are the type of person that use the somebody who used to use the imperfect past tense in the subjunctive when it should be the conditional. And the conditional is if I would, if he would, if she would. That would be the conditional. So he's saying that Residente, when he's rhyming, he's not using correct grammar. And this is rap, this is art. You got to use correct grammar when you're writing a thesis or at work, you're writing a letter, you're writing a presentation, uh, a claim that you're writing. I mean, if it's work and if it's school, yes. But when it comes to rapping, no. No, it's not. It's the vocabulary. Who has more vocabulary? It doesn't matter when it comes to rap if your end verbs are, I mean, he's showing him with this how difficult, how much he knows about bars and how much he knows about rhyming. That's what he's saying to him basically. But it doesn't take away anything from Residente, because in rapping it's more about the vocabulary. It's not the grammar, it's not the syntaxes, it's not the structure of the sentence. Sorry, the structure of the bar. Because in raps you don't even have bars. I mean, you don't even have sentences. You got fragment many times. So there is a artistic freedom.
Hace abuso del uso de sufijos de modo excesivo, repito tu rima.
So you abuse suffix in an excessive way. Suffixes. Uh, I repeat, your rhyme. It doesn't require any mental effort.
No requiere esfuerzo mental. Sigo con la clase de historia y geografía porque el jet lag te está provocando desorientación. Sabía que
Now I'm going to continue with the classes in geography and history. I knew that traveling so much it was going to confuse you, okay? Because Bruce Lee was born in San Francisco and not in Hong Kong.
lo de viajar tanto te confundiría porque Bruce Lee nació en San Francisco y no en Hong Kong. De contradicción en contradicción me da igual si eres independiente en una multinacional.
From contradiction to contradiction, I don't care. It's the same to me. if you're independent or if you're on a label, on a
Nacional,
multinational.
pero dime cuál es la diferencia entre Rapetón y la Rolling Stone en su versión digital.
Okay, so this is he's Rapeton is a channel and this guy he has this YouTube channel where he discusses rap, okay, reggaeton. So that's why he call it Rapeton. He mixed both of them, and he does a pretty good job. And Residente threw shade at him because this guy just said that one of the many people that that rap against Residente, what's his name? El futuro, no podía adivinar su futuro. No, I can't. What is the name of the guy? It's a Venezuelan guy. You see how bad my memory is? Hey, Profeta. Yeah, he predicts the future. I had to think of a bar from Residente to remember this guy's name. But El Profeta. So this guy is the prophet, and he and Rapeton, the guy that has the YouTube channel, said that it wasn't a bad that it wasn't a bad, that he didn't have bad bars, that they were pretty good, you know. And Residente said, you know that you're nothing when you have this channel, this YouTube channel, this guy Rapeton, you know, backing you up. And then he's bringing up an interesting point, yeah, because he's saying, what is the difference between Rapeton and Rolling Stone? The Rolling Stone do the same. So you're saying because they're the Rolling Stone and they have more years and they have clout and they got money that they're better than this guy. This guy cannot break down bars. This guy cannot tell which rhymes are better than the other. And to each of his own, I mean, I don't think that the bards del Profeta threw were that great, but they were not bad. They were not bad. Of course, Residente es Residente.
Mensual, empezaste a tomar clases de inglés norteamericano. Yo te doy clases de escritura, pero en castellano.
See, this is a bar, and he just killed Residente, which I don't understand why Residente hasn't said anything to him because Residente says, yo no me dejo. I don't let anyone. I'll come after you. And this guy is coming at him and with bars, and is coming at him with knowledge, and is coming at him with things that hurt, because I that would have hurt me, like, here I am, you're taking classes in English, he's saying, but I'm going to teach you Spanish. I'm going to teach you Castilian, Castellano.
Ya que todos utilizáis vuestra canción de promoción, te doy la bienvenida a academiaderrap.com.
Okay, so that's his place, academiaderrap.com, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's his page. I do know he has two channels. One where he break things down, bring bars, break a song, and then the other one, and that's what happened, that he broke down Latinoamérica. And he said that it wasn't as great as people thought it was.
Justificar a un dictador debe ser cosa del Hall of Fame, como Kanye West con Donald Trump o Daddy Yankee apoyando a McCain. Cuando suena mi despertador, ni siquiera suele ser las 6. Si el mundo depende de vosotros, por favor no me salvéis. Te pido como un favor que cambies de productor, al menos di que como amigos las bases no las cobra.
So I'm asking you as a favor to change your producer, uh, but he doesn't charge you the basis. I don't know what he's talking about.
Cabrón, envía los ritmos buenos a Chris Brown, mientras a ti te engaña con sus...
Oh, okay, so he's making fun of him, saying the guy there, he just goes ahead. The producer, your producer, is sending the good beats, the best beats. He's sending it to Chris Brown, and to you, he's giving you garbage.
Obras. Entiendo que puedas tener la mente confundida entre saber si esto es lección o solo alguien que te tira para...
Okay, so this is something I know that you don't understand. You might be confused now because you might not get between what is this? Is this somebody who's roasting you, or is somebody coming after you? Or is this somebody who's trying to teach you, a lesson?
conseguir repercusión con el alma vendida, como tú cuando hiciste reggaetón con Shakira.
It says so that way I can get some repercussion with the my the soul, a soul, the soul. You give away your soul, like you did with reggaeton when you did it with Shakira, because people threw smack at Rene, and I don't know who did, but I think they did because Rene, a lot of times he's throwing shade at Shakira. So I'm like, poor girl, why does he have to mention her? But he does. I mean, like one time at a concert, he got there late. It was in Peru, I believe it was, and he was late to the concert, and it was because there was a delay because a storm. They had to take a plane, and the plane would not take off, so they got late to the concert and they just started rapping right away. They didn't apologize, and the people got upset, so they booed them and they threw even a keys at him and whatever. I'll tell the story about the key later on because this is getting long. But anyhow, the point is that Rene said, I don't know what you guys think that we are, but we were not in a sauna. We were not at a hotel, fancy hotel. We were at the airport trying to get over here. We're not Shakira. It's like, why do you gotta say that? And then he also mentioned in one of the songs that, yeah, that he goes to the Grammys and he goes to those events even though they don't mean anything. Those award events, those award ceremonies, they don't mean anything, he says, but he does it because he wants the he wants Shakira fan to get his music too, so that his music can be heard by Shakira's fan. Meaning again, that they're like the popish, like the ooh, like I don't know. And he did do a song with Shakira.
Sabes que Nach te ha llamado solo por tu tirón, porque ya es un tópico que una foto contigo sea trending.
Okay, so then you see now he's saying throwing shade, which I don't believe that. I don't think that Nach is like that. Okay, because Nash has also the attitude of and he doesn't need it. So this guy is saying that Nash called Rene and asked him to do a rap song together because now taking a picture with Residente, you start trending. I mean, it's true, you start trending, you get a lot of clout, but Nash doesn't need that clout. So there, I don't know what he's talking
A
about.
veces los raperos se acercan al mainstream por repercusión. Si no, mira Arcano con Melendi. He visto
Arcano con Menendi. I don't know who those two are, but there again, he doubled down on what he said before that Anach went to Rene because of the clout. He's saying, look at this guy with this guy. He did it. Sometimes the rappers and reggaetoneros they do that just because they want more clout.
el vídeo en el estudio enseñando tu parte y Casey con la cara de tu ganga cuando estudiabas arte.
So I don't know. He's saying that he saw a picture of Rene showing his penis, I guess. He said your private part, and Casey, and I don't know who Casey is with the face.
Siento decirte que su condescendencia en el trato es la de un padre cuando a su hijo le alaba los garabatos y te
And I'm sorry to tell you that the attitude that he has is like the father. So the attitude that this person had looking at, I guess, Residente showing him his private part was the same attitude that a father has when a kid shows, just a mess up a drawing, and then the father said, "Oh, that's so great! You're such an artist," and it's just scribble.
Teóricamente la rima consonante sería interesante si los términos utilizados tienen calidad semántica, pero
Okay, so the rhyme, it will be great if the multi-syllable rhyming of consonant, if they had some semantic value, semantic meaning. Meaning that he says that he uses vocabulary that is used like in middle school, and that it doesn't have any value, any meaning behind his rhyming, even though they are like there's no logic to it, no sequence. And I'm trying to think because that's not true. A lot of Residentes songs they have a lot of meaning, and then there are some few songs that yeah, that you're right. like the one that said que tiene nalga de 14 quilates. Like, what, they mix rice with ketchup, something like that, and now they got gold buds. That's one of those uh, bars that Residente must have thrown there just to rhyme, because it truly didn't make any sense. But those are few. I mean, this guy, he Residente has a lot of bars that have become uh, phrases that people repeat, you know. And you can do it like automatically. You can start thinking about stuff that he has said and you just start repeating it like if it was, like if it was a prayer or a national anthem, so, and they make a lot of sense. There was one that they threw at him, like the one perdono pero nunca olvido. There's the other one too. No me hablen de carteles ni me hablen de los sopranos. La mafia más grande vive en el Vaticano con el truco de la fe a cualquiera que no sea. I mean, come on. Es
Rimar con participios no es una buena táctica y tanto pareado pobre la convierte.
So rhyming with participle is not a good tactic. But again, it's not a thesis. It's not a thesis. And it's rap. It breaks all the poetic rules. The point of the rap is using the vocabulary, yes, making sense, and that it also at the same time rhymes. And I'm sorry, and it falls with the beat. That it falls that rhyme hits that beat. That's another thing. Like he did with Cancerbero. He didn't say Cancerbero. He just said Can. Why? Because it hit the beat, that moment right there, boom. And not only that, it would rhyme with the word that he had before. So no, I don't agree with him.
En rima infante y no te sientas mal si haces un tema comercial. Los
Now he's mimicking Residente, because Residente does that. Say, no te sientas mal. He said that to Tempo, I think. So don't feel bad if you're doing a commercial song uh with participles in eclipses, because the envelope will be fatter. Like, don't feel bad that you're making those commercial songs, that you're breaking songs, that the bars in such a infantile way, but you're making, as long as your envelope keeps getting fatter, meaning you're making money.
principios se eclipsan cuanto más gordo es el sobre. Si el PP me contratase para
Yeah, that's a bar there. Now I got it. Los principios se eclipse. Okay, the principles that they're cut off, eclipse, like an eclipse. They go into the shade. They get dark when it comes to money. Principles get shady when it comes to making money.
su campaña electoral, como robe, lo haría, pero les cobraría.
Uh, el Pipe, el Pepe me contratara para su. Okay, so that must be a political party in Spain. He said he would play for this guy. If they will contract him, he would do it. He will rhyme for them. He will play for them. But he was gonna charge him double.
El doble. Yo no voy a atacarte por pasearte con Bernie Sanders, pero sí por usar más diminutivos que Ned Flanders.
What's wrong with going around with Bernie Sanders? Yes. He's like, I'm not gonna criticize you for running around with Bernie Sanders, driving around with Bernie Sanders. I'm a Bernie. I'm a Bernie supporter, so I don't see anything wrong with that. Uh, but the but the pronunciation, the lack of pronunciation, and with some phonemes. Even if it was half of the tempo, and then, oh my God, this guy. So además de que fuera de tempo la mitad del tema, this is fuera de tempo. This guy's playing. This is a double conundrum right here. So he's saying to him, uh, besides like he doesn't criticize him for running around with Bernie Sanders, but he's gonna criticize him for not pronouncing some phoneme. And yeah, the D, the, because Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, we don't pronounce the D, pasado, pasado. But Spaniards do that too. Some Spaniards do that. There's some Spanish regions where they don't pronounce some phoneme, some sound, the D. And then he's saying here, uh, and even though you are out of time when it comes to music, tempo, and half of the theme of the song, you're out of time. But then at the same time, he's talking about tempo when he's saying tempo, the rapper, when he's saying, yeah, even if half of your theme is about tempo. That's a double right there. Pretty cool.
Y por la falta de pronunciación en algún fonema, además de que vas fuera de tempo la mitad del tema, te quedaste sin agua y sin luz un año, qué dilema.
Yeah, and then here you were without water and life for a year. What a dilemma. What a dilemma. Like he's making fun of him. Like, hey, look, that's nothing.
Madre cada día no sabía si habría cena. Es fácil
My mom, without that, every day she would serve us dinner without light and gas.
quedar de buen letrista desde el respeto frente a un paleto que es tu fan y otro que es analfabeto.
So here it's easier to make yourself sound like you're great when you have people who are half of them are your fan and then the other half are illiterate.
Justificar a un dictador debe ser cosa del Hall of Fame, como Kanye West con Donald Trump o Daddy Yankee apoyando a McCain. Cuando suena mi despertador, ni siquiera suele ser las 6. Si el mundo depende de vosotros, por favor no me salvéis. Y ya que has copiado 3 cosas del disc de Eminem, no voy a ser.
So he said that, so I guess that Residente has said that he had copied things. He has copied this from Eminem's. I never heard Jeanette saying that. I didn't even know. I'm not going to. I don't get that. No voy a hacer menos 8 miles. Voy a hacerlo también. So I know you said that you have copied this from Eminem, and I'm not going to do less of 8 miles. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do it as well. He uses 8 miles.
Menos 8 Mile, voy a hacerlo también. Te doy pistas de todo lo que puedes decir de una vez, sin que tengas que volverte loco buscando en la red.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna give you a pit. I'm gonna give you some guidance. I'm gonna give you some. What do you call this thing? Okay. Oh, okay. And I see what he's doing here. This is all right. So Residente did the same thing. Residente said that he had taken, said that he has copied some disses from Eminem, and then he's saying, "I'm gonna do I'm not gonna say I'll do less than 8 miles. I'm gonna do the same. So now I'm gonna do what Eminem did in 8 miles. That's what he said when Eminem started roasting himself. So I'm gonna roast myself. So that way you don't have to do it for you. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna show you. So he's like, I got 20 years rapping. I got more than 20 year rapping. I'm also your age. I'm also your age. And I also got signed with a multinational recording company.
Llevo más de 20 años rapeando, soy de tu edad. Como tú, también firmé con una multinacional, pero a mí me salió mal. Y como no supe usarla, las consecuencias de todo aquello aún tengo que pagar.
So to me, but it went bad with me. With me, didn't go right. Like I said, something happened. I don't know, but something happened to him, and now he's still paying for that mistake that happened.
Llevo 10 años con miedo escénico que me impide dar shows. Algunos ni siquiera.
Llevo I have 10 years with fears. Oh, okay. Plane fears, concert fear, like. And I think that Oprah Winfrey said she had those too. Fear of the public. So he has fear of public. that now that forbid him from doing shows. So now they block him from doing show. He cannot perform because he has having these fears, uh, anxiety, being on the stage fear. And some of them, some people don't even look me like a pure rapper, like a real rapper. That's what he
Quiera
means.
me ven como un rapero puro. Colaboré con Porta, envié un verso a Santa Flow.
I collaborated with Porta. Don't know who that is. And I sent a verse to Santa Flow. That's another person. Al igual que, and like you, I have an obscure past.
Igual que tú tengo mi pasado con un lado oscuro. Me gustaba tanto Snow como los Wu-Tang Clan. Como Machine Gun, yo también soy un
Oh, okay. So now, and this is funny. Now he knows a lot about the rap world. So like so I used to like Snow. Now I don't know if Snow, because I know Snow the product. I don't think he's talking about that Snow. So he must be talking about something else. Or he must be talking about Blow. So that's what he's, but probably he got caught up in the Blow. But he capitalizes. So I don't know. Como lo Wu-Tang Clan. And then he liked the Wu-Tang Clan, or the Wu-Tang Clan sent something about Snow. Uh and like Machine Gun, I'm also a Eminem fan. That's what I mean. I'm also
Tan. Y aunque la escena me daba duro, yo nunca me callo. Aunque estuviera fuera de lugar como tú en la final de los gallos.
so even though the life has hit me hard, I don't shut up. Just like you in the rooster sceneries.
Fácil decir calma pueblo cuando no vives con él. A ti no te han confiscado temas como en Cuba hacía Fidel.
Okay, so it's easy to say Calma Pueblo when you don't live with it, when you don't live with. So Calma Pueblo is a song that Residente made. It's like a rock song. I mean, the beat is more rock than rap, or more than, what do you call this thing, reggaeton. Because Rene Residente, he plays and he does cumbia, he does a lot of things. As long as he's rhyming, he's good to go. But he's saying that it's easy for Residente to say, calm down, people, citizens, pueblo. It's easy for him to say that when you don't live with them because he's rich. Uh, and that they have not confiscating your music like Fidel Castro has in Cuba. Because he's throwing shade. He's dissing Residente, because Residente went with, he was in Calle 13, he went to Cuba. And again, that song he did it. So for somebody who was not a fan, he does know his songs.
Por cierto, que entren los que quieran o solo los que tengan los 80 pavos para tu concierto.
Okay, so then he says, let everybody come in, because Residente has a song, Calle 13 used to have a song about entre lo que quiera, everybody can come in. And he's like saying, yeah, but it costs like 80 euros. $80 is the least that you can pay for his concerts. So his concerts are very expensive.
Analizando Latinoamérica me sentí tan mal. Fui duro con lo de la rima fácil, tanto que al final tuve que disimular diciendo que me gusta tu grupo. Ahora ya no hay problema, por eso ya no me preocupo.
Okay, so he's saying that dissecting Latin America, he felt bad because he's a Spaniard, and this is a song worshiping Latin America, and he felt bad, maybe the guilt trip, I don't know, because he's a Spaniard. And here he is dissing a song of a continent that Spain uh, destroyed and robbed. So, but he didn't feel that he said he felt bad that he had to say that he liked it. But now that that he doesn't worry about that anymore. He's telling him the truth that he didn't like it.
Y si me pongo serio, tanto hablar de los estudios, en España los tuyos no equivalen ni a un grado medio.
Okay, this is what he's saying. So your studies in Spain would not even would not even equate to middle school. That's what I think. I guess it's grado medio. I don't know what grado medio is, but middle school, that's what I think he's saying.
Antes de criticar a nadie, mejor mírate tú. Tempo no sabe el 3x4, tú tampoco el 1-2.
So before you start criticizing other people, look at yourself. Tempo might not know 3 por 4, 3 times 4, That's tempo. That's the timing in a song. And tempo, he called himself that way. So Residente was making fun of him for that. And now this guy comes and is making fun of Residente, saying, "But you don't know what three times, wait, one times two is."
Veintitantos Grammys y ninguno mejor letra. Y tu doble tiempo cutre de batallero de metra.
You got so many Grammys and you got so many Grammys, but your meter, and this is in poetry, it's out of style. It's out of whack. It's bad, you know. And your rhyming doesn't get any better with all those Grammys.
No sabe lo que es madrugar, pero tú tampoco. Eneca no ha cortado caña, pero tú tampoco.
So he's telling him again, he's throwing to Residente all the stuff that Residente threw to El Profeta and through a Tempo, all the disses. So he said, yeah, you don't, Tempo doesn't know what it is getting up early in the morning, but neither do you. And the other guy has not chopped sugar cane, cut sugar cane, because cortador de caña, that's a lot of people, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and these countries, they work, the poor people cutting off the sugar cane. That's where they get the money, the country as well. And he's saying you haven't done it either.
Loco, justificar a un dictador debe ser cosa del Hall of Fame. Como Kanye West con Donald Trump o Daddy Yankee apoyando a McCain. Cuando suena mi despertador, ni siquiera suele ser las 6. Si el mundo depende de vosotros, por favor no me salvéis. Ok, no busco nada, no doy bolos, no doy conciertos, pero simplemente enseño lo que sé. Que a ti te hace falta saber muchas cosas porque creo que te estás poniendo.
So he's saying, I don't do concert, I don't do shows, I just teach what I know. And you need to learn a lot. You need to learn a
En un nivel, tú mismo, en el que te crees que estás por encima de mucha gente.
Because you think that you're above a lot of people, you need to learn a lot because you think that you're a level that you're not.
Si estuvieras aquí en España, no serías nadie, porque aquí hay muy buenos letristas, tío. Y no digo yo, sino gente que me da mil vueltas.
So he's saying, and it's true, if you will be in Spain, you will be no one because there's a lot of good lyricists here in Spain. And I'm not talking about myself. I believe him.
A mí me da mil vueltas, te da 2000 vueltas a ti, ¿ok?
People that I know that will go make, go around you in circle 2,000 times. Make circles around you 2,000 times.
Me da igual que te salgan en defensa, un montón de peñas, si es que salen, que la gente se quede callada. Tu rima consonante es muy fácil y tienes que practicar.
So I don't care if people come and your fans come and attack me or if people stay quiet.
Y tienes que seguir dándole duro, hermano, porque si no te quedas en rima fácil, infantil. Lo repito una y otra vez, no es mentira, no es falso, es así.
This was hard. It was hard. He just said at the end, you keep rhyming and you think that you're that great and your rhymes are infantile. They're childish. They're middle school. So I want to end it here because this has been a long video. It's been 1 hour. This has been as long or longer than the other one that had more words. But I guess that I talked too much at the end. Anyhow, if you got to the end of this, please subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you next weekend. Take care. Bye.